Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel Simplifying Security. I'm Niranjan and today I'll be talking about topic which is OWASP top 10 over the years. We have a lot of information available about OS top 10 on the internet, like what it is, what our OS top 10 is, but there's very limited information available about like what changes have been made like over the years in the OS top 10 list, and there is no sure shot comparison which is directly available over the internet. So I'll be helping with that comparison along with some sort of analysis from my side. So be with me. Let's get started. Okay, so before I get started, there's some information about me, like who I am and what is my information in cybersecurity journey looks like and what companies I work for. Okay, so introduction to OWASP top 10, right? So what is OWASP before I move to OWASP top 10? So OWASP is a web application security project, which is a non-profit organization. They are dedicated to improving the software security and they provide resources, tools, and guidelines to help organizations develop secure applications. Okay. So what's the significance of OS top 10? Okay. So OS top 10 is a list like which is compiled by various security professionals and various open security members. So they contribute to this list and based on their experience and analysis, they generate the top 10 list. And so ultimately it serves as a guide for developers, security professionals, and organizations to prioritize their security efforts and mitigate common vulnerabilities in their environment. Okay, so what is the role of it in cybersecurity, right? So it plays a crucial role in raising awareness about common vulnerabilities and promoting practices in secure coding, like because they know what is the flaw and they also contribute in an area like how this can be fixed, like by various organizations and how they can minimize this impact of like these flaws so that it won't reoccur in future, right? If they serve it with a wider audience. So that's their role. Okay, so let's get move on. Okay, so how this list is compiled? So this is the question, right? So it comes to everybody's mind, right? What parameters or thing or what procedure they follow to compile this list. So this process all starts with like data collection. So they collect this data from various channels, like could be from organizations, they could be from surveys. So organization maybe what they have access to, like they publish some of the general information about the flaws what they have identified in their environment, and based on that those like they assess them and then they compile a ultimate list, and also they take information from surveys like which they float in the environment where, to the audience where they can collect the information like what sort of flaws they are seeing across the maybe landscape of security. Okay, so they collect all this information and later they categorize these flaw information what they have identified from various sources and perform a risk assessment based on like their impact, exploitability, and the number of applications being impacted by each of these flaws when they have collected this data. Okay, so based on that, they categorize or sometimes recategorize if they have a category of the vulnerability which looks redundant, they merge it and they come up with a compiled list which does not look this has information which looks like where they can easily categorize all those flaws which look similar in the same category. And after that, they draft it and they also review it. So the review is done by various security professionals, it may be open to the community. Like they in the community, they review it, and if there are any discrepancies or if there are any changes, they update it at that point of time. And also when they publish this list to wider audience, and if they get feedback on any of those points what they have mentioned in those lists, they revise it based on um, the feedback they have collected. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, coming to like the comparison. So this is the latest comparison what's available on internet, like from 2017 to 2021, you can say. So if you see like the flaw like the in 2017 was injection, and when you see in 2021 the flaw is moved to like level 3, which is A03, as injection. So maybe there was maybe a reduction in number of count, or maybe a reduction in the severity of this issue, and organizations started implementing certain controls with these laws. So the severity of this issue maybe reduced to a level 3, or maybe it got a ranking of 3 based on the categories and categorization and various factor calculation based on their that risk. They put it around the number 3. If you also see like the category which was like broken access control, like A05 in 2017, which is moved to A01 2021. Like, so maybe there are more cases being observed for the broken access control in the year 2021 rather than in what were there in 2027 when they were compiling that list. Because these lists usually comes in the duration of 3 to 4 years, and because they do their analysis on the like information they collect as a part of this course of year, and they come up with a actual list at the end of the 3 to 4 year of span. And there could be new categories which could be added in the new list. If you see like this A04 in secure design, which was not there in 2017, right? So that's being introduced in 2021. And there's another category A08, which was also not there previously, but there were another categories which were combined maybe and put it under software and data integrity failures, right? So there could be new categorization, which new to the older vulnerabilities can also happen. A new category, a new category is also introduced, or maybe the previous categories are merged. So all these changes usually happens, and so coming to the like the what has changed from 2003 to 2021, right? So I'll be giving you a detailed analysis of like what categories still shown in the 2021 and what are actually being faded away. Okay, so here's my analysis. So if you see here, like it all started with 2003. If you see the list was A2, like broken access control. It was moved when we came to 2010. This category is not there, right? But when you see it in 2013 again, like the same thing was being introduced as a part of A7, like where they have like missing functional level access control. And as we move on to 2017, the same like broken access control is there. And again, when they compile 2021 list, they still have a broken access control. So if you see like from 2003 to 2021, we are seeing broken access control is the big issue. Okay. And if you see the category like maybe A6 command injection, which was being put as an injection in 2010 and 13, it also persists, and 2017 also persists. And if you see in 2021, this is still consistent, right? The injections are still there and still plays. It still holds a ranking in top 10 lists. So still they are persistent in the market. So if you see. Uh, the other categories like maybe cross-site scripting, it was there in 2003. When you see in 2010, yes, it was there. In 2013, it was again there. It was still there in 2017, but it was not there in 2021. Maybe it was being merged with another category, right? So if you see, I have mentioned like a couple of categories like what are being merged under these like the information based on the information available. So in 2013, if you see like where the A07 of 2010, like this A7, like insecure cryptographic storage was merged in A9, which is like using non-vulnerable component. And the same of categories carry forwarded in 2017, where it was named like using component with known vulnerabilities. So names are also being tweaked sometimes, and categories are being merged. Like if you see again here, like this A9 of 2010 is merged in 2013 of A6. Okay, so these things usually happens. So if you see other categories like which is still persistent, if you see like this using component like known vulnerabilities, like the component with known vulnerabilities are still there in the 2021 list, right? So and if you see like the certain categories like where server misconfiguration was there in 2003, it was there in 10, it was there in 2013, it was there in 2017, and still there in 2021. So if based on this, you can get a rough idea what's still there in the list from past 2000 era, early 2000, and we are in almost mid of 2020, right? So things are still persistent. And that's what the today's analysis is. And if you want similar information of the changes what's going on here, like if you can see the impact of changes, right? So maybe like why they compile all this list over the years, right? The reason being is because security, or maybe you can say the threats which are in market or the vulnerabilities in market, they keep on changing because today, which is the severe flaw, which may not be tomorrow, right? Which tomorrow it may not be that severe because some controls might have been put in place so that the severity of those flaws is reduced, right? So that's the reason like they keep compiling this new list and coming up with new list every now and then so that the people or the organization can update their controls and they can better fight these cybersecurity issues. Yeah. So this is about this. Any inputs, feel free to write in comments. And if you have reached it here, please do follow. And that gives us motivation to create more videos. Please do subscribe, follow. Thank you.